Hello and welcome back. I'm Alyn and you're watching another walk with Walkwatchers. We're outdoors again, we're in another wild place and we're on another walk. This channel is an attempt to encourage you to come out and explore this big beautiful island of Ireland, whether you live here or whether you're just here on holiday. Today we're in County Donegal and another county high peak. That can only mean one thing. We're off on another walk this morning. Okay, let's have a look at some stats before we watch the walk. Errigal sits in the Donegal range of mountains at a height of 751 metres. That's the 11th highest county high point in Ireland. It took us about 70 minutes to walk up it, a total walking time of 1 hour and 58 minutes. Only about 9,000 steps or 5.1 kilometres, but the gradient is really steep. So we were walking at an average pace of about 23.25 minutes per kilometre. As you can see, quite slow going there. Weather on the day was pretty lousy, to be honest. Cloudy, rainy, about 16 degrees, but very wet. And my walk watcher for the day, that man Uel Preston again. So I left the house at crazy o'clock in the morning to be at the Errigal mountain hike parking near Donegal on the R251 by about 8:30. Out of the car park, you can see this gravel pathway up onto the peat bog at the base of the mountain. Now, this gets really muddy, and I mean really muddy.
Oh, it is boggy?
Yeah. So they, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so maybe that direction. Now we discovered that it's less muddy on further out to the right, but there is a bigger bog over that direction. So you could of course head down to the left and down to the stream, which is what we did, and followed the stream up, keeping the stream on our left hand side. Then you'll come to an area which crosses the stream almost like a ford, and that will bring you out looking towards the mountain. But be aware again, you're going to have to cross this bog in front of us until you reach that ridge over on the right hand side of the mountain you can just about see there. So walking boots, gaiters, wet weather stuff is the name of the game.
Superb.
Now once you start to climb that ridge out of the bog, you can see here it starts to get a bit shaly and shingly. This is all quartzite, so it's all very sharp shards of rock. Don't forget that mountain on the right is the same height as Troston. So as you walk up this eastern slope or this eastern ridge all the way towards the top, now that's not the peak there, that's a sort of like a knee before you come to the first peak. There's a really simple, straightforward route up here, but it is important to say that this has been classified a moderate walk. Go try it. It's not simple, but really worth doing. You do need a decent level of fitness, but it's such an experience. It's a beautiful, beautiful mountain. I climbed 65 flight of stairs. I don't think this is the top, by the way. I think the top's the peak beyond it. Always make sure you pack a few snacks for the journey as well. Now I wanted to show you this footage here because I wanted you to see just how rocky this scree slope can become, and can be quite slippy underfoot, so it's always good to take it slow and steady along here. You can see there that there's just little patches of grass, but the majority of it is just this quartzite sharp rock.
What's that?
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Now you'll see that we look as if we're right on the very edge here, and yeah, we are quite close to the edge, and you just need to be a wee bit careful here. Take it easy, but it's really quite exciting, this climb. It's really great. You get some beautiful views, and it would be even better had we got better weather. Uel's now in his coat, I'm still in a t-shirt. It was still quite warm, but it was starting to spit a bit here, so weather is very changeable on Mount Errigal. So we would be advising layers, waterproofs. Always take your layers because the weather is really changeable up here. So here then is the peak of Mount Errigal. The views are stunning from up here. Here's us looking out towards Donegal Loch, and on beyond that out towards the coast. And over to the right here you can see it's peppered with these tiny little lochs, Loch na Creevy, Loch Trusk. And unfortunately our view to the west and the northwest was pretty obscured by the clouds, so we couldn't see much over that direction at all. But you only have to Google it and you can see the amazing views out that direction too. Likewise with the views out towards the south and southeast. Again, we weren't able to see that this day. Now if you don't know Errigal, Errigal has two peaks. We're standing on the high peak here, but over there is the lower of the two peaks, and there's this ridge or bridge that joins the two together. Definitely worth going across here because there are some spectacular views out beyond the end of the mountain.
Oh, nice. Oh, man. Oh, we needed a clear day. Damn it.
And that's the high peak of Errigal. Get your boots on, get your layers together, get a few snacks in your bag, and try Errigal. It will not disappoint you, even in this poor weather. Now, if it was really windy, or it was lashing with rain, or if it was icy, I'd be saying, I wouldn't try it. But apart from that, definitely go for it. Okay, so at the risk of sounding really silly, it's much easier going down, and it's a lot quicker. I know, but it is. It only took us about, 40 minutes to get down, back down to the car park. Much quicker. But again, that eastern slope is covered in that sharp quartzite scree, so you've always got to be careful. You don't want to do yourself an injury at this stage, and you certainly don't want to slip and go over your ankle. So caution is advised here again. And another thing to say is that at the weekends, and this was a Saturday, at the weekends it really can get quite busy. We left with only 4 or 5 cars in the car park. When we got down, it was absolutely packed, cars parked out on the roads. So get there early if you're doing this at the weekend, because it can get quite busy. So nothing else to do but to cross that bog again, right down and along the stream, this time keeping it on our right hand side. A wee bit of ASMR here for you, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I should whisper this next bit. One last look at Errigal, then from the stream, back in the cars and off for some lunch. So I wasn't heading straight home, and Uel and I stopped in a wee cafe called the Coffee Duck in Creechlock for a big breakfast bap, a bun and a big coffee, and life was good. So that's the Walkwatchers Walk of Errigal. Get your boots on, go out and try it, let me know how you get on, and I'll see you again next time.